Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, boxing. Now my boy, man, Alabama Slammer, Deontay Wilder. To this day, GLAZ la GLAZ was understood, don't gotta be explained. I mean, Deontay Wilder, he has so many quotes, man. And man, Deontay Wilder has been building an empire in his own home. He owns acres and acres of land in Alabama, and he built underground. Well, I'm not sure if it's underground or above ground, but he bought a shooting range, it seems, or he built one in his house. It seems like, or he went somewhere. I mean, either way, he's at a shooting range right now, man. And man, he got these big, these Afghan weapons. These weapons that are meant for war. He got these weapons, man. He's shooting them, and he's wearing his boxing gear. And it says "GLAZ la GLAZ," and it's Russian, man. It means eye for an eye. Deontay Wilder is the only African American I know, at least in the sport of boxing, popularizing Russian as a saying, as a saying. Just like till this day that Wilder made that popular, an eye for an eye in Russian. Deontay Wilder made that thing, and now that's a part of his many notable quotes that are used for his opponents. Do they know where that came from? That being said, man, like I said, Deontay Wilder is shooting in the range. He's thinking about Tyson Fury. Like I said earlier, you guys see the footage. He's shooting in the range, and he has the gear on, the boxing gear on, his gear, shooting. That means he's thinking about Tyson Fury. That means he's talking about Tyson Fury. It's funny because Deontay Wilder, when he posts this on his Instagram, he says, "Thank you, God, for making me different." And he has an exclamation point, hashtag bomb squad, hashtag till this day. Deontay Wilder, when he was reigning, defending heavyweight champion of the world, undefeated with all knockouts, a lot of people didn't like the guy. He was too outspoken. He was too unpredictable. You couldn't tame the man. He was larger than life. And it's always weird to me how people want the action of a boxer. They want the destruction, but they want someone they can control. They want a tame person. They want someone with humility. And Deontay Wilder, being an undefeated knockout artist, man, a heavyweight champion of the world, was on his way to beating Rocky Marciano's record at 50-0 when he was 41-0, or he was on his way. He was over 40-0 with all knockouts, right? He was on his way to beating Rocky Marciano's record, right? With that being said, Deontay Wilder is a historic figure. There's no doubt about it. These fights with Tyson Fury and hopefully soon to be Anthony Joshua will be our Joe Frazier Ali moment. And with that being said, they want Deontay Wilder to be this humble guy, the guy they can control, put him in a box, control his temper. But this is the heavyweight boxing, baby. If you look at history, the Jack Johnsons, you can't really control people like that. The heavyweight champion's always been, especially a black American champion, always been out of control, always been something that the dominant society could not control. The Alis, man, people swear on God they loved Ali back in the day, man. The government hated Ali, people hated Ali, and Ali was cool with people like Malcolm X. People don't talk about that, and that's a whole nother video. But Ali was cool with Malcolm X. He did not like the government. He did not like the whole war of Vietnam. So this idea that Ali was beloved by the world is bullshit. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I'm tired of people, peeing on this persona that Ali was loved and oh my God, the whole world loved that. No, people did not love Ali during his time. People were talking about how he was ducking the draft. People were talking about how, he's an extremist and he talks too much and, he needs to shut his trap. People did not like him. He was saying he was the greatest before he was really doing anything in the ring. He was just shouting it out, much like when Floyd Mayweather was shouting it out. But Floyd Mayweather started talking about he's TBE much later in his career after he got a lot of Hall of Fame fighters in his record. With that being said, man, the heavyweight champion's always been built different, especially when you start creeping toward historic feats, right? Like I talked about earlier, the Rocky Marciano record. Deontay Wilder did tie Muhammad Ali's record for title defenses. This is a fact, right? That's historic. So that being said, man, Deontay Wilder, man, his eyes on Tyson Fury, you know, GLAZ la GLAZ, man. GLAZ la GLAZ. And he's shooting at the range. You know what time it is. You know, a lot of people were upset in the comments talking about how, oh my God, look at what you're doing. The kids are looking up to you. You got a gun. Well, this is Alabama, baby. In Alabama, you can have this. You can have this strap. You can have this automatic. You dig? And you know, gun culture. It's people. Most people have guns actually. If you look it up, ever since the pandemic, a lot of people start getting real paranoid. And I think like a majority of Americans, it's like 40. It's above 40% for sure of people own guns. So this idea that, you know, this is like some weird thing and this guy with his gun, nah, most people have guns in America. You know, at 40, it's above 40% for sure. I think it's like 50 or 60 by now. So, you know, this idea that Deontay Wilder is doing the unthinkable, nah, people are just being dramatic in the comment section. But with all that being said, man, this Tyson Fury fight, Tyson Fury is doing silly things, you know, usually the whole your big Dasa thing, you know, John Fury's doing the same thing. They're not really doing anything new. And supposedly they went in a media blackout. I seen, you know, Tyson Fury on tour showing his house out, you know, just doing random stuff. You know, Tyson Fury, you can't really predict the guy. You're just chilling, and next thing you know, you see him doing one thing, and then you see him do another. But he's always talking about how he's always gone, and he's doing a media blackout. But I'll still see him active on social media. But you know, Tyson Fury is not really doing anything of note. You know, he's not doing anything of note. Maybe he's focused on his fight, but I think he just doesn't know what to do as far as trying to top Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. I've been seeing Tyson Fury worry about other things like being on vacation. He went to Vegas recently, right? We've seen him in Vegas, right? We've seen him do a lot of things that's just not boxing correlated. Every now and then you see him in some fucking, you know, weird strawberry colored underwear, hitting the fucking heavy bag. Really weird shit. Tyson Fury is a really weird guy. I'm not sure if he does that to seem not intimidating, but I guess it works because his shape and when he's throwing combinations in weird attire, you know, I guess it makes you not take him seriously. With Deontay Wilder, he knows better than to doubt Tyson Fury. He's been in the ring with him twice. He knows what time it is. And this is not really about underestimating a guy. This is about coming to war. And, you know, what better way to show that you're at war, but then to show you with guns, shooting clips, getting headshots, getting kill streaks. You know, if you guys have played Modern Warfare, man, my boy Deontay Wilder is getting those kill streaks, man. Sticking them dogs in them, man. He's gonna hit them with a nuke, the Alabama Slammer right hand. Anyway, man, let me know you guys feel about that. My boy at the range, man. You see, this is obviously an intimidation factor. He's wearing the boxing gear. He's got Tyson Fury on the run, man. Tyson Fury has gotten to the point where he's just not active on social media, like I said. And if it is, it's for like a quick interview, but it's not to flex. You know, the whole point of social media is to flex, to really show that, hey, look at me. You know, this is what I'm doing here. It's supposed to keep your fans invested in you before you fight. You know, the fact that Tyson Fury has gone in a blackout and he actually admitted it is it's demoralizing at best, because don't get it mixed up. All these fans watching Deontay Wilder, all these people who are on his Twitter, most of them are haters. Most of them are Tyson Fury fans. Let's just keep it a buck. These are Tyson Fury fans who don't like Deontay Wilder, or people who just don't like Deontay Wilder. There's a lot of people in Britain who just don't like being a Deontay Wilder. It's either they're a Tyson Fury fan, or they're an AJ fan, or maybe they're a Dillian White fan, or maybe they just want to see an American supreme heavyweight who has all the titles, who dominated a generation, like Lance Lewis. You know, the unspoken king over there in the UK. You know, I just sometimes there's just a lot of fighters over there in the UK who are legends who are just not talked about, like Chris Eubank Sr. Like I said, Lance Lewis. He's over here commentating on Showtime. Insane how he's not over there at Sky Sports. The disrespect over there is crazy. They want a superstar fighter to represent them, and when they get it, they just no respect. I don't know what it is with the UK, but they need to really fix that, because how you have people like Chris Eubank Sr., someone who's articulate, who can speak, who could talk properly, dresses nice, carries himself nice. He'll carry a sport of boxing nice. But they don't even have him commentating. Mind-boggling stuff. Same thing with Lennox Lewis. How you not have Lennox Lewis, who fought Vladimir Klitschko and completely destroyed him? His eye was taken out of his face, and this guy's not commentating. The guy who beat Mike Tyson. I mean, Lennox Lewis beat Mike Tyson. Lennox Lewis beat a lot of guys. He even beat he beat all the top guys back in the day, man. All the top dogs. But he's not over there commentating. The disrespect is over 9,000, man. Over 9,000, man. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though. My boy at the shooting range, man. Got Fury shook. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Peace.